Yep, America is turning 250 years old, and we know that it has become a celebration of all things Donald Trump has accomplished. We looked at 2.5 centuries: the Declaration of Independence, the Revolution, Reconstruction, civil rights, moon landings, jazz, labor, barbecue arguments that could end friendships. The messy, beautiful, unfinished, imperfect experiment of America, and Donald Trump wants all the credit. And so Donald Trump kicked off the festivities on the National Mall with what was supposed to be a patriotic celebration. But since this man can't attend so much as a ribbon cutting without turning it into a grievance rally, his speech became the usual stew of hatred. Border crackdowns, anti-trans cruelty, restoring greatness, his effing ballroom, the Gulf of bleep this, Gulf of America. You know, it's the Gulf of Mexico. And yes, the reflecting pool. And I get why the reflecting pool and the little stuff like the Gulf of Mexico make people mad. It should. But this country has genuine problems. Workers losing rights, people losing housing, the economy, people being snatched off the streets with no due process. And Donald Trump is focusing on the optics. But that is exactly when droves of people turned to the exits during his speech, and it was glorious. Our grand celebration started with people that couldn't even make it through the headliner.
Now the largest producer of oil and gas on earth, larger than Russia and Saudi Arabia by far combined. And under my most favored nation agreement on drug prices, we are delivering the largest reduction in drug price history with price differences of 400, 500, and even 600%. Who would think that if you took down 0.5%?
And you all remember the original pitch for this anniversary. It was supposed to be national and civic. Red states and blue states standing together with territories, communities, sharing local history. And you can make fun of how corny it sounds. It really does. Because government birthday programming always has the energy of a middle school assembly with that one questionable motivational speaker. But Donald Trump can't do that boring version because he doesn't understand a public event unless he is the center of attention. And people noticed. So yeah, we saw the artists that started backing out of the state fair lineup after saying they were led to believe that it was nonpartisan. Martina McBride and Young MC, the Commodores, Morris Day and the Time, they were all among the names that pulled away. So Trump then did what every secure, beloved leader did when musicians decline a gig. He made the whole damn thing about him. And he made it a Make America Great Again rally instead of having overpriced singers that no one wants to hear. And then you had entire states getting cold feet too. It's been reported that at least 6 states said that they're not participating in the state fair. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said that his state, Pennsylvania, not taking part. Why? Because governors can smell a trap. Nobody wants to pay shipping for their state's history exhibit to get to Washington so that Donald Trump can stand in front of their booth and tell the world how blue states are evil. But this is what we get. This is what we get when every institution gets turned into a loyalty test. America's 250th birthday should be the easiest political softball. You don't have to be a genius. Celebrate veterans, workers, celebrate immigrants, celebrate abolitionists, suffragists, teachers, farmers, scientists, artists, the small towns and the big cities, the people who kept expanding the word freedom until it meant way more than it did in 1776. Give every state a booth, put Dolly Parton on a stage, serve some apple pie, and call it a day. But to Trump, loving America means America has to love him back, preferably with a large sponsorship package. So the event turned into the same old inventory. More vanity projects, partisan applause lines, culture war bait, and a president who sees the country's birthday party as another chance to demand a standing ovation. And that's why that walkout, that crowd flight matters. That's why those musicians leaving, even though they were not even B-class, C-class artists, the states backing away matter. Not because celebrities are the moral compass of our republic. Please, half of Hollywood thinks that a wellness retreat's the same thing as a damn medical school. But it matters because even people who normally love patriotic branding are saying, this feels like a terrible campaign event now with red, white, and blue bunting. And that's what Trump does to everything we share in our country. The flag is just a backdrop, the military a prop. The White House becomes his ballroom venue, and the national birthday becomes nothing more than a cheesy campaign rally that people have to leave halfway through. Our country turns 250, and we deserve better than that. Yet Donald Trump still can't let our country have even just one afternoon to itself. That's why I'm asking you to subscribe, because we are going to keep covering every damn time that Trump wraps himself in the flag and then charges the flag a rental fee, because America deserves better than a birthday party hosted by a man who thinks the national anthem should open with, "Please clap for me."